And since you're going to do a settings, you potentially could just store that list of what should be there, and then
that would be
you re-render it if they have that.
German,
right.
Like accusative in German, like over here didn't say it.
I believe this is an important place for computer science students to get extra experiences.
This gives them the opportunity to learn beyond the classroom.
And your own stuff.
Yeah, like be able to highlight this.
You highlight stuff, and maybe then that brings some of
Everyone involved is sort of just doing what they can when they can, and that's also true of students.
I would love this. Like if I was a student in a German class or a Russian class, I would love to have something like this that I could just quickly reference.
Do you understand German? No, but these are definitely difficult. Now you do.
No, not that.
Higher education is changing rapidly in response to an ever-evolving environment. MOOCs, alternative degrees, profit-based colleges, program assessment, online coursework, to name just a few of the trends. Linda Darling-Hammond, a professor of education at Stanford and founding director of the National Commission on Teaching, says that in 1970 the top 3 skills required by the Fortune 500 companies were the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. In 1999, the top 3 skills in demand were teamwork, problem solving, and interpersonal skills. We need schools that are developing these skills. I'd like to think that we're doing just that at UMD through innovation that provides our students meaningful ways to engage with the world around them.
Last year, when I was in my pretty much second semester of German, one of the professors was talking about how they're making this German application. And me being a computer science major, I found that really interesting. I was like, well, you know what better way to get experience than to start kind of jumping into it.
I'm contributing mainly the content for the Russian Grammar Guide app, which right away I kind of thought would be a cool way to help me understand the language as well, just kind of revamp my understanding as well. But what really is alarming me on that is what I'm learning about teaching language.
You have to get outside opinion, and it's like totally different from in class, because in class it's always like, you know, perfect world type solutions,
Yeah.
you know.
My name is Dana Lindemann, assistant professor of French at the University of Minnesota Duluth. And I'm working with a talented group of individuals, colleagues and students, on the development of a suite of apps for language acquisition. In 2010, some of my colleagues and I, we wrote a grant application for 15 iPads to use in the language classroom. So between Spanish, German, and French, we had these 15 iPads. I had 5 of them, and I used them in a upper division culture course, literature course, as e-tablets. So students could read literature, French literature, out of copyright. We found that it was okay, but there were things that we could do better. And then we applied them into the language classroom. And there we quickly realized that most of the apps for language acquisition were either not pedagogically sound, or they just weren't suited to what we needed in the classroom at the time. So we drew up a wish list of what it was we'd like to see in an ideal app. And then we said, let's try to develop that app. And that led to collaboration with faculty in computer science and graphic design, and then with students in these different departments, and in our own department as well. And we have found the student involvement to be one of the richest parts of the experience. There's a really robust collaboration now going on across campus, and not just across campus amongst faculty, but across campus between faculty and students, and students and students, and faculty, all these different iterations, and it is fantastic. And we'd like to think that this is one of the richest learning experiences going on at UMD right now.
I believe this is an important place for computer science students to get extra experiences outside of the classroom, so they can have as close to a real-world experience here at the university, developing software that might be used, right, by others as we can potentially give.
Mobile apps have really skyrocketed in terms of the work that graphic designers are doing. So I think that getting them started on that path to learning those tools is great.
We asked ourselves how this technology might address issues we were facing in the classroom. One issue is more students and less time. Another is the disappearance of useful paper resources. And finally, the problem of a useful textbook for intermediate students that caters to the user's particular level. We started working on these apps by adopting an approach that has served our community quite well. We engage students and faculty from across campus. The business community has a model of product development that utilizes people from all different skill areas. These people from across different disciplines have to learn how to communicate effectively and efficiently in order for them to actually make something. Some companies do it very well, others less so. It occurred to us that in attempting to design pedagogically sound apps, we would need to draw on different disciplines, and not just among faculty, but among students as well. Making students a part of the process has been a great way for them to learn through the application of their training. So we've engaged computer science students for the programming, graphic design students for the user interface, business students for the marketing, and speech pathologists for their expertise in accent reduction. Our own students in languages helped with content. We'd like to think that these students have had an incredibly rich educational experience participating in these projects.
The thing that I see that's very beneficial for our students is that, one, they get a chance to develop software that's not like stuff that's in the classroom, that's bigger software.
Yeah, I've never been so confused in my life. It was really, it's been a lot of working just to understand the code itself.
They get to interact with other people, the content specialists, in this case the German language, the Russian language, and French and Spanish language experts.
Going in with just a novice, rudimentary understanding of really what a language, regardless of Russian or German, just what a language is.
And then also to communicate and interact with graphic designers or people who have expertise in presenting information.
You think you know what you're doing, but you try it one way and you're like, oh, wait a minute, does that even look good? Like, you have to get outside opinion.
And I think that sort of cycle of interaction is very beneficial because it's going to happen outside of this environment.
A lot of the little extra things that I've been learning, like coding and stuff like that, that I never really would have, I'm seeing how important that is.
Working with other computer science majors has been a real good experience, and I think everyone should try it.
I'm pretty sure I've studied more for this
Yeah.
than my classes right now, honestly.
Definitely.
It's been interesting.
Hi, I'm Alexander Strauman. I'm a computer science major and German major, and I make apps.
I'm Jonathan Ballou. I'm a computer science and business major, and I make apps.
Hi, I'm Michael Mullins. I'm in German Studies and Cultural Entrepreneurship, and I make apps.
Hi, I'm Chris Ibarra. I'm a French education major, and I help develop apps.
Hi, I'm Hannah Farmer. I'm a graphic design and marketing major, and I design apps.
Hi, I'm Dane Lindemann. I teach French at the University of Minnesota Duluth. I make apps.